Hello, Living Well Now community. My name's Tina Watts, and I'm coming to you from Whitman, Arizona, where it's actually been raining and chilly today. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you a little bit about why I'm building a Young Living business and why I'm choosing to go to Ignite this year. First of all, I had no intention of building a business. I loved the idea of the products, and when I got the products I loved the products, but really told my sponsor, nope, not interested in building a business. And so what I found was I was automatically sharing how much I loved my products. And specifically I posted a recipe for my homemade, not my, but some homemade fabric softener. And I got some responses like, hey, you're going to teach a class on these essential oils? And I said, well, if you'll come to the class, I'll teach one, or actually got my sponsor to teach one with me, my first one. So anyway, long story short, that's exactly what I did. I had a class. My friend came. She was the only non-member that came. I invited a bunch, but, little by little, they all canceled. And so she came, we did the presentation, and she signed up that night. And I was like, wow, this is easy. I would find out later it's not usually that easy. But it really motivated me to want to give it a try. And that's how I'll say it, because that's kind of how I was thinking for a while. I'm just going to give it a try. And, you'll find that it really doesn't work if you just give it a try. You have to choose it. You really have to choose it. So kind of for a while, and wasn't consistent, but put in some time here and there, and little by little my team grew, and it has grown and grown. And just within the last, I'd say maybe year, I've been more serious about the business, and then just within the last few months really decided, I hit executive, and I really decided, like, wow, this is happening, I'm gonna make this happen. So my reasons for building was that I found that I was really passionate about the products and really wanting to help people. I've had other friends approach me about different network marketing companies that in my mind weren't that helpful. And so I said, no, my main reason for doing this is that I truly want to help people. I've always been interested in natural wellness and alternative healing and that kind of thing. And so this just fit in well with that. And anytime I can grab for something natural as opposed to something unnatural, I'm all for it. So that was my main reason. And just dreaming of, retiring early. I'm a teacher and I love my job, but it's exhausting, and so just dreaming ahead of maybe an early retirement from teaching and doing Young Living full time. One of my main reasons for building the business once I kind of got into it was to bring my husband home. He has worked nights, I don't want to say his whole life, but our whole life. He has always worked nights, and now that we have kids, they're older now, but it's hard for him. He feels like he's missing out on a lot because he's at work till 8 o'clock at night, and so I'd really like to bring him home at least part-time, and then maybe he could do something part-time during the day. So those are, quite a few reasons. Really, the time freedom, I think, is the main thing. And then I'm tired of saying no. We have to wait till Friday. We have to wait till payday. Can't do it this week, maybe next week. Got to pay the mortgage. No money left, And it would be nice to be able to say yes sometimes, yes, we can buy that, or yes, we can fix this thing that's broken right now, we don't have to wait, or yes, we can take that vacation. So financial freedom would be another one of my top reasons. So those are just a few. I would highly encourage anyone to listen in on one of the business calls, the intro to business calls, because they're really interesting. And what got me involved with the business, like, I looked at the income disclosure statement, which I'll post, and to be honest, I looked at some of those higher ranks and I thought, no way are people making that much money selling essential oils. And then I started meeting those people, and I realized that they are making that much money. And it's not just like one person. I've met many people over the years who have reached higher ranks and who are doing this full time and who are not selling oils. They're educating people, they're teaching people, and they are helping them to change their life. And I was like, I think I want to be part of that, you know. And now that I've, you know, reached the rank of executive and I'm seeing, and I'm like, those income disclosure statement, that statement is accurate. That is what you make, you know. You might not make it at the very beginning, but once you get into that rank, a ways, you know, that's kind of, they're looking at the average. So it really does happen. And it's not too good to be true. But it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So those are kind of like the main things I wanted to tell you about why I'm starting a business. Not starting, working on my business. I started it a while ago. And then as far as Ignite, I mean, I'm sorry, my my daughter's feeding our dog. The reason why you should go to Ignite, why I'm going to Ignite, is because it's great to be in a huge room full of like-minded people. It is so nice and fun to be around people who, at least when it comes to wellness and healthy living, we're all kind of on the same page. We're all at different parts in our journey, but we all believe in this natural wellness, right? Or else we wouldn't be part of this group. We wouldn't be using essential oils. And so that's pretty amazing when you can get that many people together to agree on one thing, right? I mean, how hard is that to get anybody to agree on anything? So to get that many people together is just this huge sense of community. Everyone's so happy, and it really motivates you. Like, I was so motivated to try new products, to start eliminating different toxins, because I learned so much. So the motivation to apply what you learn to your everyday life is just phenomenal. And then, like I said, learning, education. I'm a teacher, like I mentioned, so, you know, I have a love of learning, of teaching. And so the idea of continuing education is very, very common in any profession. So why not with the company that you are with, right? With Young Living, continuing education. You're already interested in these products. You're already interested in this wellness lifestyle. So why not continue your education at an event like Ignite? Even if you're not building a business, it's a great learning experience. And it's very exciting and it's fun. It's so much fun. There's they do raffles, they do giveaways. The ULA guys are great. I meant to say the EO Bros. The ULA guys are great. They're amazing. I don't know if they're there or not, but the EO Bros are hysterical, and it's fun to go just to see them. This is a much bigger event this year, 2 days. All kinds of speakers that you can learn so much from. So those are my reasons: community, motivation, education. And so I highly recommend that you go. It's a great event. It's fun. And I will put a link to the event in the comments, as well as a link to the income disclosure statement, and also a link to the next business call if you'd like to jump on there and just listen. It doesn't hurt to listen and just kind of see what it's all about. And I highly recommend it because, you know, for one thing, like, I'll just say this and then I'll get off so I don't spend too much time, but even if you just love the products but you don't necessarily want to build a business, if you just share with a few people, you could start getting your products for free, because that's where I'm at. I'm at a point where I'm getting my products for free and then a little more. And so I can order a little more, right? I can reinvest. But it's nice to, I have my ER date set for the same day or the day after Young Living Payday. So there's no money really taken out of my account. The money goes in from Young Living, and then it gets taken out by Young Living. And then of course I'm on ER. I've been on Essential Rewards program forever, so I'm making 25%. So every 100, 25. So not only am I getting the products I order for free virtually, I'm also getting all those extra points. So that's a great reason just to share with a few people that are passionate, that may share with a few more, and you just never know where that will take you, So that right there is a really good reason to just share with a few people. You don't have to build a business. You can just share with a few people, and they get on board, and then who knows, right? Who knows where it could go. So thanks so much for watching and for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. And if you're watching this on the replay, #replay. Yeah, we all say that, right? So I had to throw that in there. Again, I'm Tina Watts, and it was great being live for my first time on the Living Well Now page. So thank you all so much. Good night.